When we think of racial injustice, we think police brutality or the criminal justice system. But what about our air and water? Environmental racism. It's about policies and practices that discriminate against communities of color by making them live near landfills, sewage plants, and other polluting facilities.
I'm sorry, what law is there that says that all people of colour must live near landfills? What? That doesn't make any sense.
And while poverty has a lot to do with it, the leading environmental justice expert told me this.
Racism trumps class. Even middle-income African Americans are more likely to live in more polluted neighborhoods.
In fact, one study found that Black Americans making $50,000 to $60,000 a year are more likely to live in polluted neighborhoods than white Americans who make just $10,000 a year.
You ever heard of something called moving house?
But look, environmental racism isn't just a Michigan story. It's an American story. Take, for example, Louisiana's Cancer Alley, an 85-mile stretch along the Mississippi River. It's known for its over 200 petrochemical plants and a high rate of cancer, mainly among Black residents.
Why is this woman painting cancer as being this, like, human that goes around everyone's house and, like, searches for black people and gives them cancer? What? What does this have to do with anyone's race? I'm so confused.
So, is there anyone protecting folks from environmental racism? Well, there's supposed to be. The Environmental Protection Agency has a special department called the Office of Civil Rights. But in its 22-year history, the office has never formally found a single case of discrimination.
Yeah, because it's not a real thing.
In fact, more than 90% of communities that make complaints find them rejected or dismissed. On top of that, The Guardian newspaper recently revealed that U.S. authorities across the country are deliberately distorting water tests in cities like Detroit and Philadelphia to minimize the reported amount of lead in the water.
So how is that linked to anyone's race? So are you telling me that the Detroit and Philadelphia, they're going, oh, because we've got lots of black people, we're going to distort our water tests? Is that what you're saying? Right, okay, that's great.
Environmental racism, while not always the most visible form, is also widespread. So when is enough enough?
Right, so I assume the next videos from this so-called media company will be why grass is racist and why all food and drink is racist as well. God, this is just like the ultimate example of when there's no real news here, but you just want to try and make something up to try and support your little media agenda. I think it's absolutely brilliant.